Yup, I
All
started
right.
the bid in Clinton. Mind you, that was my second bid, so I already knew what time it was up north. When I
So,
started in Clinton, yup,
so that happened with Blue Boy early on in your bid.
early in my bid, early in my second bid, yup, real early.
Tell the people what happened with you and Blue Boy, man.
So first and foremost, I want to say this though. I want to send a major, I'm saying a huge salute and to Blue, man, because Blue is official dude. We had our differences at one point in time, but Son is extremely official. And I just wanted to say that, and shout out to the Max too. At the time, this when the Max was coming up, heavy or whatever the case may be, and that shit kind of like tied into the situation with Blue. But what happened was some shit was happening with Frank White and the Max. I don't know exactly which one I got. I got the bro in mind, but I don't want to just be name dropping.
Yeah,
I ain't with
yeah.
all that
You
goofy
don't, you
shit.
don't
So
gotta drop names if you don't want to.
yeah, yeah, I ain't on that. I mean, if I don't actually know exactly specifically what transpired, I'm not on that. So
Mm-hmm.
I know Frank White had gotten to some shit with the Max over in Elmira, and that shit spilled into Clinton or whatever the case may be. So anyway, short story shorter, I was um I was in Keep Block. I think that was C Block at the time. I was in Keep Block, and I had the Billy down there with me, Stigmata and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And Blue Boy was upstairs. Blue Boy was involved though, and at the time I didn't know involved. How's the motherfucking killers? I'm thinking I hear IPC. I'm thinking that's some. You know what I'm saying? Like fuck out of here. Like you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Yeah.
So in the event, the homie Stigmata, he got into an argument with Blue Boy, whatever the case may be. And the shit kept going on and on. And I jump on the gate. You know what I'm saying? I'm a young boy at the time. I jump on the gate like, yo, homie, leave that shit alone. This dude, he an IPC, da, 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 da. And then me and Blue started going back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And, I was young. I was a young boy. So at the time, we going back and forth. I told him the ultimate, S&D, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And, I mean, I would never do no shit like that now. But again, I was a young boy. So that shit decided whatever that day, and it was awesome. Basically, all right, I'm gonna see you when I see you. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
At the time, I was oblivious to who Son was, but that kind of helped me out in the long run, and I'm gonna get to that too, because like one thing I came to the conclusion of is like when you don't know somebody's reputation and you don't give a fuck already, it's like you would jump into that situation with the unknowing strength of who you are, saying, and not knowing who this individual is basically what I'm saying is like if you know a person's reputation, you might be more reluctant on how you approach them. You understand what I'm saying?
I know exactly what
And
you're saying.
right, you know what I'm saying? It's like ignorance is bliss type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't really know who Son was at the time. Mind you, I'm young. I'm on my second bid. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know who Son was. So it was on some left one. All right, I see you when I see you type shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in the yard now. Now, mind you, we in Clinton. We had a crazy team at the time in Clinton from Syracuse. I'm from Syracuse.
Yeah.
We had a crazy team. Drama, rest in peace, Drama. You know what I'm saying? Chance Gathered is crazy because I literally just left his father's funeral today, Big Haywood. Anyways,
Rest in
RIP to
peace.
him. But any event, so
Rest in
Drama
peace.
was there with me in Clinton. We had who else from Syracuse was there? It was a few other heads from Syracuse. Gangster kid named Gangster Chills. He was up there for Hami, whatever, and a few other dudes. We had a strong team up there from Syracuse or whatever. So any event, I'm in the yard one time. So this kid Nils come up to me, a rat hunter kid,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, "Yo, did you tell me, X, Y, and Z, whoopie whoopie, whatever, when you was in Keep?" Like I'm like, "What?" Like, no, I ain't tell you that. I told Blue Boy that. Why? What's up? You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I felt the cost. So you know how you take a step back type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Not, a full step, but that one leg go back. You know what I'm saying? Preparing for combat and all that. I'm like, why? What's up?
Mm-hmm.
He was like, nah, yo, what's up with you? How you don't talk to me? I'm like, what? So boom. Sure, he go to the homie DVS. He was Billy at the time. He was on the lineup at the time. I don't know what happened to Son either.
Mm-hmm.
But any event, so I know I go to DVS because me and the kid Nils, we about to go gun to gun now. That shit got heated. So I got Drama in the yard with me. I'm like, you ain't going gun to gun with Son. I'm gonna go gun to gun with him for you. I'm like, and he like, what I'm gonna tell your mother if you get killed? I'm like, bitch, what the fuck I'm gonna tell your mother if you get killed? You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So like, nah, I'm gonna go gun to gun with him.
Yeah.
So I go to DVS to get to him and all that because he had the bone crusher, the triples and all that. So I go to the homie. He got some crazy shit, and I'm like, he like, yo, hold on, what's going on? Because at the time, I think he had like the 3 or whatever. So I'm like, nah, I'm about to go gun to gun with this dude, boom, boom, boom. He like, who? And I was like, yo, this kid Nils, he was a rat hunter. And he's like, what? He was like, nah, that's the people. He was like, the gun I'm about to give you, that shit come from them. I'm like, oh shit. So in the event, we didn't end up going gun to gun. We gutted that shit because I told son like I didn't tell you that, and if I would have told you that, I would have stood on that at that time. I don't, like whatever, I don't give a fuck if like we go gun to gun, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I didn't tell him that. So and I'm one of those dudes to where like if I didn't do something, I'm gonna make it known that I didn't do something. But if I did something, I'm gonna stand on that shit, and then whatever happened, happened. But if I ain't do it, I ain't gonna act like I did it just because you mad. Nah, I ain't do that. You know what I'm saying? So but and if I did whatever. So any event, the shit going back to the shit with Frank White and them, I'm kind of bouncing all over. But any event, going back to shit with Frank White and the shit that's spilled over from Elmira, I'm on keep lock. I forgot for some shit. I used to be doing mad dumb shit or whatever. So I'm on keep lock and come to find out the homie DVS gets scratched. They hit him up and all that. The Max did, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then motherfucking the homie named Face from Buffalo, official too. Face is official. He got hit too. And a couple other Billies got to some shit. So I'm on keep lock mad as fuck. Cause I was vibing with the Max. So you gotta understand too, I never been through the island, so it's like I never had knowledge about like certain shit and who don't fuck with who. Cause I'm Damu. Mm-hmm. Like where I'm from, we all together. It wasn't no like I was Billy or whatever the case may be, but we never had the segregation issues that they had in New York. Mm-hmm. Or I say the Island or how it, we lost a common enemy. And the Kings, salute to them. We ain't flaying nothing up with that shit and the Nietas and all that. So we already took care of business with them. So it's like, on the island or whatever where I was here was happening. We kind of crushed the enemies already. Yeah. So now it's like we looking at each other because that we the biggest motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? We them. Blood so the homies start going amongst homies, but we didn't have that problem. So I say that to say this: I was bobbing with the Max. I'm bobbing with the Stones. I'm like whoever, like you blood. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's what I'm on. You know what I'm saying? I was non-trade, but I was blood first because you got blood, and then under the title blood, you got the sets. And then under the sets, you got the subs, and then the lineups and all that. So I was blood, so I wasn't on no just super Billy shit. I'm over here with the Max. I'm on their court. I'm fucking with Eli Brim and them. You know what I'm saying? I'm moving and shaking. So I was mad as fuck when I heard that shit happen. I'm like, and then Eli, mind you, I'm on Keep Block. I think it was C Block. Eli, he was downstairs from me. He walking by, he threw a kite in the side. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it said, like, yo, this shit ain't got nothing to do with you. You need to put your hat on. And I'm gonna be honest with you, he didn't really know me prior to that. But I was out, y'all bobbing with them. You know what I'm saying? I got a little charisma or whatever. So that shit is like an appeal to see somebody from a certain type of allure you carry. Like you from, they say upstate. I'm from Central New York, Syracuse. So I'm bopping amongst motherfuckers from Brooklyn, Queens, and all that. Like, what we on? You feel me? So that shit was like an allure to them. So I was cool with them. But when he threw me the kite in the building, I'm like, I took that shit as disrespect. Mm-hmm. But he didn't think I was gonna see it like that because he didn't understand the depth that I'm dealing with when it came to that G shit because I didn't have a reason to show my teeth. You understand what I'm saying? Like we was all cool prior to that. So he threw the kite in the building.
You was on Billy Badass time. That's how the Billies move.
Right, but even though I was on Billy Badass time, I was blood first. So that's how I looked at it.
I know what you're saying.
Feel what I'm saying? So when I came home at 9-7 or whatever, like the homie came from Lincoln Hall. He got his information from a kid named Mel Murder, but not Matrix, somebody else, and they was from somewhere in Harlem or whatever. He had a scar on his face. I never personally met him.
Mel Murder you talking about from Harlem?
You feel me? Yeah, I never personally met him, but he put the person who put me on, and that's K Homie. And salute to K Homie too. He out here. He going through some very rough times right now. Mm-hmm. But, when I came home, it was Pyrus and Syracuse. Well, after I came home, because I'm like, one of the first homies in Syracuse history. You understand what I'm saying? So, it was Pyrus, it was Bounty Hunters, it was G-Shine homies. You know what I'm saying? It was, it was everything. So I wasn't on no just Billy shit. I'm blood. That's what I was on. So any event, with that, I ended up developing relationships with motherfuckers up north that was from New York, and I was different for them. You understand what I'm saying? So they allowed me to serve, they watching the bop and all that. So I felt slighted when son did that shit. So any event, I'm on Keep Block when I'm hearing all this shit, like they got out all the Billies and they trying to get me to throw the hat out, that would have been like a super spit in the face for me to be Billy and the Billies that won with the Max and I come out and now I'm Mac. Now that like I don't even wiggle like that. You know what I'm saying? So any event, so I get off Keep Lock and I see one of the Macs. And again, I want to say this too. Like this shit was mad long ago. We ain't slaying nothing up. I'm retired and all that stuff. I'm just giving you the story how the shit motherfucking happened.
That's how it goes. War stories.
So I come out the bell and all that. I done gripped up now. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a shoot because I done shot the Billies. I'm on Keep Lock. And then Eli, salute to Eli too, because we end up patching all that shit up too. Mm-hmm. You know how that shit go. But any event, so I come out the building, I done gripped up, I done popped my little big bubble rays and all that. I done put my little shit together, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm about to tap something because I had one of them. I had two actually Macs on my company. So, I come out the building, I'm asking the Mac, like, yo, what happened? He like, oh, like he was done fine. I'm like, all right. So we going to chow and all that. So I hit him. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But or whatever the case may be, he took off. I don't even want to say his name, so I know his name. And his pops was huge in Brooklyn. Like huge. They took over the courtroom in Brooklyn and like a long, long time ago, had the co-defendants. And I ran into a couple of his father co-defendants too. And with the message that I got, his father was like, listen, he shouldn't have been involved in no blood shit anyway. And he wasn't even putting no hits out for retaliation because that would have been a whole nother fight that I would have had to fight. So I'm kind of glad that he ain't pushed the button because that would have been a whole nother. You know what I'm saying? So any event, I hit him. So boom, I get away with this shit. Get away with get the hammer, bop, bop, boom. So boom. Now the motherfucking pigs, they doing their little pull out the whole gallery one by one, goofy shit. Mm-hmm. So I'm good. They ain't finding the blick or none of that. So I'm healthy. So I'm trying to come out the building the next day. I ain't gonna lie, I was about to get busy. I ain't gonna hold you. I was gonna get next to everybody I could. And I had Jerome in the building with me too. I ain't gonna fuck about nothing. So in the event, I'm thinking I'm coming out the building. These motherfuckers put me involved, man. I was mad as fuck. So they like, somebody dropped the slip saying they was gonna kill me, some goofy shit or whatever the case may be. But any event, I'm done. They put me involved. So I go in the front of the company. How they give you a mattress and all that shit or whatever. So I already been doing my homework on Blue Boy the whole time. I know how he looked. I know how his hair looked. I know his weight. You know what I'm saying? Like, you start doing your homework. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, and I knew where he was housed at in the joint. You know what I'm saying? And I knew where I was going now. I knew where he was at. So now, mind you, he had the argument with Stigmata, the Billy at the time, and I told him what I told him. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I see him at the company. He don't know it's me though. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I ain't really nobody up there yet for him to know my motherfucking how I look, my physical appearance. But I knew how he looked because he was somebody. Mm-hmm. So boom, I'm coming down the company. I see him. I'm like, oh shit. So I'm walking down the company. I see I dropped the mattress, hit him. Boom. He backed up in the cell like he looking confused as fuck. Like what? I'm like, yeah, what's up? What's up? And he later on told me that he thought I was a bug out till he seen my bottoms because I had bottoms in front of like my whole bit up north. You know what I'm saying? So in any event, he said once I started talking, he knew I wasn't a bug out. And I'm like, yeah, what up? So now the police, they at the front of the company. Like, what the fuck? Get down here. They start yelling and all this shit, right? Mm-hmm. So I come back down to the company. What the fuck happened? I don't know what I'm saying. So boom, police knew what time it was. So one of the police like, well, get your ass back down there and I go in this cell. The other police like, you can't fucking put them over there. So I ended up going around the corner. Mm-hmm. So when I'm around the corner, motherfucking the Billy Face was up there because mind you, I told you they shot Face.
All right.
From Buffalo. Right. So now I end up right next door to him. Mind you, this was my son. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So boom, I go up there. He on a visit at the time. I don't know how the fuck he heard about this shit on the visit. As soon as he come back, he's like, yo, I heard what you did to Blue Boy. You ain't had to do that. Y'all could have just shook out and all that. Yo, you shouldn't have did that. So I'm like, I don't give a fuck about all that shit because I told him when I see him, it is what it is. And I'm not about to let him get one up on me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now, we ain't on that. So boom, motherfucking come to find out the kid, Victor Mercedes, was up there from the Cowboys, Dominican kid. He ended up being mad cool. Mm-hmm. Who else? Oh, Fat Cat too was on the company when this shit happened too. I'll end up being on a company with Fat Cat too from Queens. You know what I'm saying? The infamous Fat Cat and all that.
Oh, all
So
right.
boom.
I thought he was in APPU, but so he was in Population Fat Cat.
Nah, word of my daughter life. He might have been too, but he was involved when I was there. Same company.
All right,
I was there
involved.
when he
Yeah, all
started
right.
calling himself Biz and he stopped eating red meat. I was up there with him. He seen the fight.
All right.
He was in the yard. Word of my daughter. So
I
boom,
believe you.
right? So now the same day this shit happened, I'm thinking Blue Boy gonna be locked out because he on the other company behind me anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I got a mirror. I'm looking in the front of the company. I see fucking Blue Boy, the big ass motherfucker with this purple fucking sweatsuit. So now I ain't gonna lie to you, homie. Now I'm a little shook a little bit
Mm-hmm.
because I'm thinking extreme. He could throw motherfucking fire on me. He can hit me with the broomstick on the. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a little shook. I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker got the upper hand. He's still out. He ain't even locked in for a little fake fight. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh shit. So motherfucker so he never came down to the company. He was just at the front of the company. So now I'm on my diplomatic shit now because I know he got the upper hand. So I know these people up here that I'm around. So I'm building relationships with them. You know what I'm saying? Using my little fucking. I'm naturally charismatic anyway, so I'm helping them. They trying to fish and get shit from. I'm helping them fish, and so now they getting word back to him. I came to find out later, like, yo, this dude young, but this dude is alright. He official. You know what I'm saying? Because they know who the fuck I was. In the town, I was somebody, but up north, like, you know what I'm saying? At that time, it was like, okay, I'm just regular Taz. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So boom. So they ended up getting with him. So he ended up coming to see. Oh, so anyway, Face. I forgot this part. Him and Face was already cool. You know what I'm saying? So boom, I ended up writing Blue a kite, long ass fucking kite. So it's short in the kite. I'm like, yo, listen, like, we went through what we went through, and then we had a basically agreement on when I see you type shit. But I said, listen, wasn't no bloodshed. You know what I'm saying? I'm not waving no right. This is exactly what I told him too. I'm not waving no white flags. And if you kill me, I'm not gonna tell God what happened. I said that verbatim in the kite that I wrote. Now, mind you, I'm a young boy, so this shit looking kind of like probably like, who the fuck is this little motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? The way I was articulating myself in the kite because I can write good. You know what I'm saying? I ended up writing a book too called Tez is Different too. Actually, I ended up writing a book. In any event, so boom, I write him the kite. And I said, yo, listen, if you kill me, I ain't gonna tell God what happened. But being that there was no bloodshed, I'm willing to honor whatever you want to do. But I think, at the most, we should just shake out. You know what I'm saying? So he ended up coming to see me. He ain't even write that. He coming to see me here in front of the cell. You know what I'm saying? So now we talking and shit. And he like, yo, listen, you weren't supposed to do that shit. And I'm like, yo, listen, Blue. You know what I'm saying? I'm rapping to him, whatever the case may be. So we fuck around and end up getting cool. Like real cool. And he was like, well, listen, I'm talking about literally cool. He got me a TV. Worked to my mother, he got me a TV. We sharing food and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But then he was like, this cool. He's like, yo, listen, I got some COs that rock with me. When they come on, we fight. I'm like, all right, fuck it, whatever. So now, mind you, in the meantime, we got crazy cool, homie. Like mad cool. So now I'm like, man, this is the big bro. We ain't gonna have to fight no more. I'm good. And in my mind, I'm like, I punched Blue Boy. Fuck they talking about. I got away with it. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? We cool now. I don't want no more smoke. Fuck it. So boom, we getting cool. Time go by weeks, maybe even a month. Man, I'm gonna say a couple weeks. I forgot how much time. Maybe 3 weeks. I forgot. It was some time went by. So then one morning he come to the building. He come to the bell. Tapped on the gate like, yo, listen. The CO that's gonna let us fight, he here today. Make sure you come to the yard. So mind you, we involved. I'm like, damn. I'm like, Blue, I just looked at him like, come on, man, I don't want no problems. You know what I'm saying? Because now at the time, this is my man now. And not only that, I feel like this, and I've always been like this, to be honest with you, keeping it real. Like, if I do something to somebody and they don't want no smoke, I'm cool on that. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I can like, read through them being sincere with that, then I'm cool because that's a win for me. And I'm on some shit like this. I done seen it happen. We playing chess. I got 5 pieces. You got 3 pieces. And you say, all right, you got it. I'm walking away. That's a dub. That's a win. I don't want to, like, nah, fuck that. Let me put you in mate because guess what can happen? He can use them 3 pieces, figure out some shit, strategize, maneuver, and put me in mate. That's why when you got a win, you got checkmate, there's nothing that comes after checkmate. A win is a win. So at the time, I'm like, I don't want no more motherfucking problems. I punched you. I'm cool, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't trying to hear none of that. You know what I'm saying? So boom, I fuck around, I suit up. And I remember this shit like it was. I had some motherfucking Columbia boots. I actually kicked off my Columbia boots for the ones that Victor Mercedes had in that same yard prior to this happening. Like a few days or whatever before it happening. And I remember putting on them fucking Colombian boots. I'm like, damn, I gotta go fight this motherfucker. And again, like fuck whoever, fuck everybody. I'll fight whoever. I don't give a fuck. Godzilla. But this ended up being my man. Feel me? So, but it was what it was. So I go outside in the yard. Who was out there? Victor Mercedes was out there. There's a kid named Dragon was out there. Red or some shit like that. That was cool. And some Puerto Rican dude. And then I remember Fat Cat was in the yard too. This is the involved yard. And this is word to Jesus Christ. Everything I told you is on my soul. Fuck my heart, because my heart gonna stop beating. My soul is forever. This shit is everlasting. My soul. This is on my soul. Everything I told you was 100% authentic. So boom, I go outside. He got it was wintertime. He got like a little ring shoveled out, like a little square. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, should I? So I go outside. Now, mind you, the police bubbles is attached to this little ring that he has shown us. So they watching the fight. You feel me? They let us fight. So when we fighting and shit like that, nothing real, because I wasn't like. And another thing about me too, like, and this is one of the reasons why I retired from blood too. Is just like, as soon as you become blood, you got thousands of enemies that you don't even know, and it's hard for me to fight somebody with aggression and passion if I'm not mad at you. Like, I'm not mad, so I shouldn't be, you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't mad at him, so the fight wasn't nothing crazy. I wasn't going crazy and all that shit. It was a couple, you know what I'm saying? We were swinging, don't get it twisted. But it wasn't, I wasn't mad fighting. You know what I'm saying? I got to be mad to really, you know what I'm saying? So we fighting, whatever, boom. So in the fight, I'm backing up and shit. I end up falling over the snowbank. Word to my mother, he picked me up and said, let's start all over again. I looked at him like, yeah, you official. I told him that word for word. And listen, what's crazy is Shaquell, you know, the Sean homie, the big bro, Shaquell, he told me that Big Boy told him this, Blue Boy told him the same story. But any event, so he picked me up.
Told me the same thing.
What'd you say?
Shaquell told me the same thing.
Word to mother, homie. Everything I'm going to tell you is going to be authentic. So any event, so we finished the fight. So I'm like, all right, I'm tired. So I put a time on. He looked at the police bubble and did like the timeout sign with his hands and shit. And then that was that. And then, you know, I had a little little bubble on my motherfucking forehead. I got him too though. He had a little something up under his eye too. Nothing crazy though. That shit was all love. So after the fight, you know what I'm saying? I got up. You know, I shook his hand and it was all love because we got cool prior to that anyway. He was just like telling me like, yo, you the only person ever in the state that did something to me. And that came from, I'm going to be honest with you, because had I known his status, I would have probably posted more diplomatic. But I really didn't at that time. So it's like my ignorance was bliss, but that same bliss got me by. It's like, is you in a place that, you know, it's a line drawn somewhere in the middle of nowhere. And past that line, you know, you get shot if you pass that line. But if you don't know, and if you see some $1 million past that line, if you don't know, you might go past that line. And at the time, the motherfucking people who do the shooting has got their back turned. So you go over and get the $1 million. And I was so ignorant that ignorance turned into bliss. And that blissful moment is me getting that $1 million. And nobody else would have got it because everybody who else who passed that line, they was aware, cognizant of that line. They never passed it. They never crossed it. And that's what happened with me. I crossed the line that nobody would have crossed. I didn't say nobody, but nobody had up until that point because I was ignorant to who he was. And I'm happy that I didn't know who he was because, you know, and that taught me something moving forward in war. You definitely want to know your opponent. But on the same token, sometimes that shit works in your favor not knowing your opponent. Because if I know you a top-notch killer, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to step differently. But if I don't, and I'm going to stomp hard regardless.
You know the game.
But, you know what I'm saying? But if I don't know, I'm going to treat you just like a motherfucker who ain't a killer. And I prefer that sometimes. So I learned a valuable lesson with that shit with Blue Boy. But, and you know, like I said, shout out to Blue Boy, man. Super official. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get up on this shit on some, look what I did. Nah, I ain't on that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it was super official. He had the upper hand. He extended me the cushion. He ain't do the gun shit. As we know, he's a fucking knife specialist. He's the murderer. You know what I'm saying? That's the bro we ended up becoming. Oh, I didn't even tell you this. yo, one more. This gangster, I ain't even tell you this. So boom, after I did what I did to him, and like before we got cool, he was on a visit. This was in, I believe, '07, early '07. He was on a visit. And I came on, I knew he was on a visit because they'll call you over the loudspeaker. So I knew they called him on a visit. Then he was already down there. They called me on a visit. You know what I'm saying? And my son's face was like, yo, Blue down there. He was like, yo, listen, his mom was down there. I ended up finding out. And then my mom came to see me. So he was like, yo, when you go down there, just tell him, yo, we're going to respect this moment. So boom, I come down there. Now, mind you, they bring you down shackled with some leather shackle type shit. So boom, that's like the butt. When you come out, when you going in the visit, they take them off. So his mom was turned to me, and he looking at me coming to visit. And I walked by, I'm like, yo, we're going to respect this moment, you heard? You know what I'm saying? And I went, had my visit. Yeah, this visit is crazy. Word of Jesus Christ, everything I'm saying. May Allah be my witness, this shit happened just like this. So now after the visit, we getting dressed. He's in the booth. You know how they got the booth and all that. So he in the last booth. I'm in like the third booth. So I'm looking out. He looking out to see if I would, you know what I'm saying? Because at this point, he don't know who I am. Like, who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this crazy motherfucker that punched me in my face and motherfuckers know better? So he don't know what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was another part of the shit that I totally forgot about, man. But yeah, man, like I said, shout out to Blue, shout out to the Max, whatever the case is. You know, that shit was
a legendary lesson right there, B. That was a legendary lesson learned right there, B.
Word, man. That was word.
Never tell another man to suck your joint, B. You heard?
Never. That was some young boy shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit could have got me killed. You know what I'm saying? But I'm older now, though. I'm in my 40s now, 45 now. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, super shout out to Blue Boy. He's super official. You know what I'm saying? I made videos on him criticizing him, but like I said, I had the wrong information out on him coming up while I was in there. When I was doing my 7 years, I was told that Blue Boy was racist, but he ain't racist, and it's been proven.
Nah, hell nah.
It's been proven through his history and through through the stories out there on him and through his own mouth. You understand what I'm saying? So I take back a lot of stuff that I said bad about him, and I apologize to him already. You know what I'm saying? On my other video. You know what I'm saying? And he'll stand up G. You heard? He just got a hard break right now.
Official G, homie. Official.
Yeah, B, that's crazy. So, and that was at the beginning. That was when you started on your bid at 13, right?
Yeah, that was on the beginning. Yeah, yup.
So, you did you ever wind up getting shot, fucking around with the blood niggas up there?
Hell nah, I never get shot. Motherfucker knew to keep their hands to themselves. I wasn't playing that shit.
All right.
Hell nah, never. Not even an attempt. I had got it on with some Crip dude one time in Windy. You know what I'm saying? This one Psych Bike was there, but it wasn't him. You know, but he had a joint, but that shit ain't even. I got in his ass. I wasn't. Hell nah. Hell never. Fuck no.